Get ready because today on Out West, we're heading for the clouds at the Broadmoor Cloud Camp. We'll explore all over this incredible new resort on top of Cheyenne Mountain, 9,000 feet above sea level. So get ready for some remarkable food, activities, and breathtaking views as Out West heads to the Broadmoor Cloud Camp. Hello and welcome to Out West. I'm your host, Carri Wilbanks.
And I'm TJ Sass. And today, Carri and I are in Colorado Springs on an incredible couples getaway. And we're so excited you guys are coming along.
And this isn't just any getaway. We're talking Broadmoor's Cloud Camp, which is on the top of Cheyenne Mountain. We cannot wait to show you guys around because I guarantee you this is unlike anything you've seen before. Come on. Getting to Broadmoor's Cloud Camp is an adventure in itself. You can either shuttle to the top via a Cadillac Escalade, hike, or hop on the back of a mule like Bankston here, which is what TJ and I are about ready to do. Let's get to Cloud Camp. Vicki is a mule skinner with Broadmoor's Cloud Camp. Vicki, thank you so much for meeting us.
No problem.
I know that you're also going to be leading us to the top of Cloud Camp.
That is correct.
As we are on back of the mules. Can you tell us some about what we can expect?
Well, you're going to enjoy lots of views from a different perspective other than the Cadillac and hiking. You actually get a more elevated view of the entire Colorado Springs area.
I understand that these mules have a history of riding in the Grand Canyon.
Correct. They are semi-retired. They came up here to do a semi-retirement from the Grand Canyon. So this is with their work for 6 months out of the year.
Here, of course, it sounds like horses would get us to the top just fine, but there's a different reason that you guys have mules here that relates to history. Can you tell us about that?
That is correct. Back in the 1800s, when the Cheyenne Indians would sit on the top of Cheyenne Mountain, of course, which we are on right now, would watch the settlers come through the plains with their mule trains. The mules were also the first to crest Cheyenne Mountain, and the Indians would wait for the settlers to settle down, and in the middle of the night would come and steal their mules. So they wanted to keep mules within history and keep them on Cheyenne Mountain.
I'm really glad that we get to experience this history here. Right now, I say we get saddled up. I'm here with Mark, who is an assistant manager here at the Broadmoor Cloud Camp. Mark, thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Absolutely.
I am so excited to get the background on Cloud Camp because from what I hear, this is unlike anything you can experience in Colorado.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell us what the Cloud Camp is.
Cloud Camp originated as the Cheyenne Mountain Lodge, and it was developed by Mr. Penrose as a place for him and his buddies to come up and enjoy themselves, have some cocktails. And Mr. Anschutz purchased the Broadmoor and decided that he was going to build a place in replacement of the Cheyenne Mountain Lodge and built this beautiful facility.
I love that Mr. Anschutz really grasps history, and of course here, this is a completely different experience, but he's really wanted to make sure that Mr. Penrose's legacy has stayed around.
Yes, absolutely.
How can you see it in this space?
Mr. Anschutz wanted to take any of the property that Mr. Penrose owned of wilderness properties and make it into a Broadmoor wilderness property for himself, making the legacy go on, and which is fantastic. So he has Emerald Valley Ranch, he has fly fishing camp. It was adobe structure in the beginning with Mr. Penrose. He built it more rustic, Mr. Anschutz did, to match the other wilderness properties.
You can tell that inside this lodge that we're in right now, there's a lot of touches from Mr. Anschutz, of course his artwork, and I think one of the things that stuck out to me most was something from Mr. Kevin Costner. Can you tell us about this piece?
Right, so he's got a costume in the corner here, and it was from Kevin Costner, and it was his costume in Dancing with Wolves. He was so inspired by the ranch and not being bothered, and so he decided to give a gift to Mr. Anschutz, so he gave him this costume.
There's no question as well that as you look around, there is so much thought that came into making this place what it is, especially from Mr. Anschutz. A place like this, you can only start to think outside the bounds a little bit to really put yourself into the painting and also start to think inside of his mind as well with all of this wonderful artwork.
Right, and it's amazing, you know, owning the world's largest Western art collection. A lot of guests, they pick what's their favorite. It's absolutely fantastic.
Definitely brings an energy into this room. Another
Yes.
thing that I think definitely brings an immense amount of energy is this community table that you see as soon as you walk in,
Right.
which I understand is where dinner takes place each night.
That's right, and what guests do is they all sit down together. Some guests say in the beginning when they first come here, I'd like to just eat with my wife or my husband or my kids, and I say, please just try it once, sit at the community table. I bet you won't want to sit separate for the next night, and they don't.
And they're
absolutely
probably
love it.
lingering even after the meal, still talking
Absolutely,
to guests.
absolutely. Everybody becomes friends.
The lodging here, absolutely incredible. You've got to tell
Right.
us about some of the different options from staying inside the lodge,
Right.
a cabin, and of course the fire tower suite.
Right, so in the lodge itself, we have 7 guest rooms. We have several suites. We have the honeymoon suite. We have 15 cabins. We have the fire tower, which is one of the special suites that we have. It's 133 steps to the top. It's considered a fire tower because that's what it's constructed to look like. Has a beautiful suite in the bottom, and then up at the top it's 360 degrees of glass, and the views are spectacular.
I'm sure that no place feels more secluded, not just at Cloud Camp, but anywhere you can stay in Colorado. I feel like the fire tower is probably one of the most exclusive getaways.
Absolutely, absolutely.
The
Exactly.
holidays here as well must be spectacular.
Right, so this year it'll be the first year that they're offering Thanksgiving and Christmas buyouts, and for Thanksgiving it would be fabulous to be at the large table for Thanksgiving dinner. They brand the turkey with the CC brand from the fireplace. It is just absolutely wonderful, and it'll be decorated to the nines. Christmas tree will be about 25 foot tall. You can imagine with a large fireplace and the kids gathering around the fireplace, opening their gifts. It would be fantastic.
This entire experience is second to none. I cannot wait to get out and explore and discover. I know we have so much fun on the agenda. Thank you so much for all the information, Mark.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. And thanks for coming.
Don't go anywhere. When we get back, we'll check out some archery and even get a cooking class. Stay with us on Out West. We'll be right back after this.
Soaring high above the ordinary is a place that elevates the senses in a way that only an authentic Colorado icon can. Western hospitality and European-inspired luxury welcome you, satisfying your need for adventure and desire for comfort among the whispering pines and quaking aspens of the great Rocky Mountains. This is a place where you can glide above a majestic canyon on a zip line, or touch the sky at Cloud Camp, a secluded wilderness enclave styled in the rustic tradition of America's great mountain lodges. It immediately embraces you with its historic charm and unrivaled 5-star amenities. Be transported by a sense of wonder as you experience the grandeur of nature, learning about falcons and other birds of prey, or spending the day hitting the links on our championship courses. Relax and breathe in the allure of nature as you cast a line into private and majestic mountain streams. It's a place where you can experience the Garden of the Gods, marvel at the vistas of Pikes Peak as you travel via cog railway to the top of America's mountain, or wonder at the majesty of 7 natural waterfalls. On the same day, savor the exquisite taste of Colorado Wagyu beef, exclusively raised for your elegantly dressed table. Whether expanding your palate at the Penrose Room, Colorado's only Forbes 5-star AAA 5-diamond restaurant, or rewarding your culinary senses at any of 19 other eateries, every taste is seasoned with authenticity and peppered with hometown hospitality. When you come here, when you allow yourself to rise above the ordinary, only then will you understand why I call this special place my Broadmoor. Bold adventure, luxurious variety, alive with both innovation and history. Isn't it time to make it yours? The Broadmoor, the most unique resort in the world.
There are so many amazing activities up here at Broadmoor's Cloud Camp, everything from hiking, disc golf, and a little bit of ladder golf.
But we're gonna try something that requires a little bit more aim. Let's go play some archery. Vanessa is a ranger and also our archery instructor for the afternoon here at Broadmoor's Cloud Camp. Vanessa, thank you so much for meeting us.
It's my pleasure.
I am really excited because this will be my first time shooting a bow and arrow. How about for you, TJ?
First time.
This is so exciting because what better place to do it here than at the Broadmoor's Cloud Camp? Why is this such a great spot for it?
We really want to have the wilderness experience out here at Cloud Camp. And between our wilderness properties, we're the only one that really offers guided archery. So we want to make sure that everyone has the chance to really feel like they can just step in and give it a shot themselves, quite literally.
If you have no experience, is this something that people can come out and give a shot?
Absolutely, yes. We have all sorts of kinds of bows that can fit different people's needs.
Huge range as far as age goes, which is excellent. And I also love the fact that, of course, you're right here. I'm sure that you're going to teach us about how to best aim and position our bodies, because I'm looking at that bullseye and that's where I'm going to be aiming here.
Exactly.
What are the different kind of bows that we're going to be using?
So we have a couple different bows to choose from. What I like to make sure is that everyone gets on a recurve bow. A recurve bow is what you would call a classic Renaissance bow. That's going to be something that's only going to be a string, some wood, a place to aim, and you're going to be pulling back with all your might.
Sounds like we have a lot to try. I say we get right to this.
Absolutely, let's go.
Let's do this. When we get back, we're taking a cooking lesson. Stay with us. Out West, we'll be back right after this.
Soaring high above the ordinary is a place that elevates the senses in a way that only an authentic Colorado icon can. Western hospitality and European-inspired luxury welcome you, satisfying your need for adventure and desire for comfort among the whispering pines and quaking aspens of the Great Rocky Mountains. This is a place where you can glide above a majestic canyon on a zip line, or touch the sky at Cloud Camp, a secluded wilderness enclave styled in the rustic tradition of America's great mountain lodges. It immediately embraces you with its historic charm and unrivaled 5-star amenities. Be transported by a sense of wonder as you experience the grandeur of nature, learning about falcons and other birds of prey, or spending the day hitting the links on our championship courses. Relax and breathe in the allure of nature as you cast a line into private and majestic mountain streams. It's a place where you can experience the Garden of the Gods, marvel at the vistas of Pikes Peak as you travel via cog railway to the top of America's mountain, or wonder at the majesty of 7 natural waterfalls. On the same day, savor the exquisite taste of Colorado Wagyu beef, exclusively raised for your elegantly dressed table. Whether expanding your palate at the Penrose Room, Colorado's only Forbes 5-star AAA 5-diamond restaurant, or rewarding your culinary senses at any of 19 other eateries, every taste is seasoned with authenticity and peppered with hometown hospitality. When you come here, when you allow yourself to rise above the ordinary, only then will you understand why I call this special place my Broadmoor. Bold adventure, luxurious variety, alive with both innovation and history. Isn't it time to make it yours? The Broadmoor, the most unique resort in the world.
Hi, my name's Chef Jonathan, and I'm the chef here at Cloud Camp. Cooking Club started back with Spencer Penrose in the 20s and 30s. He had his own cooking club, which still goes on today at the Broadmoor. As part of one of the activities up here, we allow the guests to come back, and it's kind of an homage to Spencer Penrose and what he used to do. So as a guest, you'll come back into the kitchen, you work with myself, you work with my team, and we'll start to prepare some of the dishes that we make. We're going to go through the process of, we have basically a veal cutlet dish, goes with our veal mayonnaise. Basically it's going to be a pounded veal that's going to be breaded, and we're going to show you how we do that. We're going to cook it, we're going to taste it together, so everyone knows that process and can take these ideas home with them. We're also going to make one of our share platters that we do up here is a sweet tea brined fried chicken that we do. I know it's one of the favorite share platters that we do, but one of the gravies we serve with it is a salt mill gravy. Technique of that is getting the onions cooked right. So we're going to cook the onions golden brown in butter, add a little flour, a little milk, salt and pepper, and it's really simple, but the techniques involved are what is going to make it special and taste amazing. Well, I think it's something fun for the guests because they get to come back and be interactive in some of the canapes and some of the dinner items. They also get to brag at the table that they made this or they made that. The principle behind our menu, we tried to think of what was Spencer Penrose feeding his guests when he was wining and dining them here in the 20s and 30s. Then we took those ideas and we made them our own. We added some trout. We'll do classic pairings with asparagus and hollandaise. We'll do traditional coq au vins, bourguignons. You know, these dishes are nice too because the weather can change and we can have a real cold period. So we'll have a stewed dish, we'll have a lighter dish as well to choose from every night. You know, the thought process was you couldn't share everything because people won't come back. I don't have that problem here at Cloud Camp, so we've got the amazing views and everything, and people always want to come back. I want people to walk away from Cooking Club knowing how to produce the items we do here and feeling comfortable with those when they leave.
I couldn't think of a better way to wrap up our time here at Broadmoor's Cloud Camp, but inside the Whiskey Barrel hot tub.
You're gonna have to come check it out for yourself, because remember, only you can truly experience Colorado. For Out West, I'm your host, Carri Wilbanks.
And I'm TJ Sass.
We'll see you guys next time.